illegal activity. Secondly, we acknowledge that we should have looked into the controversies around ANN7 before public concern was raised, and this should have been escalated to the board sooner. Thirdly, we will not be renewing our contract with ANN7. Instead, we are going to be hosting a new Black-owned news channel, and we will be calling for proposals from interested media groups very soon. I think I need to repeat this, ladies and gentlemen, for you again. We will not be renewing ANN7's contract, and the channel will not be broadcast on DSTV once the contract ends on the 20th of August 2018. In addition, we will ensure processes are put in place to highlight issues of controversy as they arise, and we will deal with them swiftly. As a background, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you about the mandate of the Audit and Risk Committee. It was instructed by Multichoice Board to review whether appropriate procedures were followed in relation to the ANN7 contract, whether the payments to ANN7 were handled correctly, and whether there were irregularities in our submission to government on splitting the Department of Communications into two. The Audit and Risk Committee came together to review these issues on behalf of the board. The committee was made up of 4 non-executive directors and was chaired by Don Erickson, who is sitting here today. The committee further included Advocate Khomotso Moroka, SC, who is an independent non-executive director. In addition, the committee sought external support from Weber Wenzel, who gave us legal advice on lobbying and contracts, and we also had an independent audit firm assisting the committee. This was to strengthen their work and verify the findings. The committee met several times, studied all relevant contracts, reviewed related payments information, and emails dating back a number of years, interviewed those involved, and did various objective price comparisons. The committee made findings and some recommendations. These findings were supplemented by a further recommendation from the Multichoice management and the board. Mr. Erickson and Advocate Moroka SC are both here with us today and will be able to answer any process questions that you may have. Bob van Dijk, who is the CEO of Naspers and a Multichoice board member, is also here and will be able to answer questions you may have about the Naspers process. Let's now turn to the findings, ladies and gentlemen. The key finding is that mistakes were made by the Multichoice management team in regard to its relationship to ANN7 and its lobbying processes. But the committee found no evidence of corruption or other illegal activity. The mistakes highlighted were, firstly, the failure to do a comprehensive due diligence around ANN7. Secondly, not raising concerns about ANN7 and its associates as they came to light. Instead, waiting for the public controversy to take hold. Thirdly, poor management of communication around ANN7 and lobbying efforts. It was also found that the commercial terms of the contract were within acceptable parameters associated with the establishment and the cost of producing a news channel. The analysis of the ANN7 contract highlighted the complexity of negotiating a startup local news channel, a process which is very costly. The negotiations with ANN7 began at a time when Multichoice wanted to add local Black voices to reflect more diverse news coverage on the DSTV platform. In addition, annual payments to ETV had escalated substantially to at least 500 million rand per year. The commercial rationale was to assist in the development of the new ANN7 channel by contributing to their costs, allow it a reasonable term of 3 to 5 years to develop, and should it fail, let the agreement lapse at the end of the period as allowed for in the contract. The amount paid to ANN7 was not unusual compared with other local news channels on the DSTV platform. Multichoice paid an amount to ANN7 for a startup 24-hour local news channel that was substantially lower than that paid to ETV. The 25 million rand upfront payment to ANN7 made on 17th of September 2015 was neither abnormal nor unusual. It was an advance payment on a renegotiated contract. Other channels have in the past received upfront payment as part of the channel negotiations. It is common practice to pay for content, including local news channels. A detailed data analytics exercise covering 5 years of payments made by Multichoice to ANN7 was completed, and payments against this contract were validated. The process of negotiating the ANN7 agreements was a collective multi-choice management process and not that of an individual. In the committee's opinion, this materially reduces the risk of corrupt activity. In as far as the regulatory submissions are concerned, Multichoice regularly makes submissions to regulatory stakeholders, both formal and informal. This is in accordance with acceptable practice. No irregularities were found in the way the regulatory submissions were made. No correlation was found between payments made to ANN7 and the Multichoice lobbying effort. The committee, however, did rule that some processes within Multichoice can be improved. The following recommendations have been accepted by the boards of both Multichoice and Naspers. Concerns pertaining to strategic ventures such as the ANN7 agreements must be raised when they arise and escalated to the board for consideration and guidance. Going forward, a mandatory due diligence procedure should be used when evaluating all new startup channels. Multichoice should study international best practice and create a code of conduct in relation to its lobbying engagement to ensure that the company and its employees conform to the highest level of best practice on engagement with government. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also address 2 other matters of concern. Firstly, there have been allegations concerning MTS relationship with the Guptas and Multichoice contract with the SABC. We confirm that following the committee's work and inquiries made by Naspers, it is clear that Mr. Patel's previous relationship with the Guptas played no role in the terms negotiated for the ANN7 channel, and that he acted in the interest of the company at all times. In this regard, we need to emphasize that the channel agreement was negotiated and agreed as a collective by members of the senior management team. Multichoice agreement with SABC has also been questioned. It should be noted that the Multichoice contract with SABC did not form part of the brief given to the Audit and Risk Committee. However, to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, Parliament has referred the issue of the SABC to the Special Investigation Unit, and Multichoice is fully cooperating with the SIU in this regard. On the future of ANN7, the board of Multichoice South Africa has decided that in light of the ongoing